Yeah, yeah, it is. It's a unique game. 3-game slate, not part of the season ticket package. So hopefully we get we get a good crowd in there. And I know we're coming off a very disappointing game against Kansas State after a great week, and this game has a way of humbling you real quick. And I think after beating Creighton and having a chance to beat what is now the number one team in the country in back-to-back games, and then went down and did not play well, obviously, in Kansas City in a neutral site game down there. So, just got to find a way to bounce back, get that energy back, do the little things that have allowed us to have some success this season, get our identity back on that end of the floor. But, as far as schedule, just, that's how these things work. Over the course of the season, you try to the 3 games, the high-level game right before ours with Drake in Mississippi State, and then get the opportunity to go out for us and play a very good team that that has a lot of talent. They shoot the heck out of the ball. They make over 9 threes a game. The thing that I've been really impressed with is their relentlessness on the glass. They're one of the top teams in the country in offensive rebound percentage, pretty close actually to Purdue. Purdue got, I think, 39% of their misses. This team gets 36% of its misses back, and their player Raines gets over 4 offensive rebounds a game. So it's going to be a challenge, and again, need hopefully have good support there and finish off the non-conference schedule well.
A lot of times these non-con games before the Christmas break can be kind of a trap game. Is that much of an issue now, considering what happened?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a concern with that. These guys, I remember as a player, just the excitement of having a little break and get the opportunity for a lot of our guys to go home and see their families. But we got to take care of business, and especially after the last game where we had disappointment. Guys were hurt by it, rightfully so, and just came back yesterday with really good intensity, and we need to follow that up with a good day today and then carry that over into the game for 40 minutes because, I know this team is not intimidated by anybody. They are used to winning. They won 30 games a year ago and are off to a 9-2 start and have won some very impressive games early in the season. So we're going to have to be on point, put the last game behind us, and again, hopefully finish off this one well heading into the break.
I guess to kind of piggyback off of that, obviously you want to avoid that trap game aspect, but you do have a quick turnaround here. Is that a benefit for your group?
It's been a resilient group all year, so there's a lot of things to correct. We had probably our longest film session of the year yesterday heading into it, and it was both ends. We did not do the little things. We got out toughed, I thought, for really the first time all year, and they got all the 50-50 balls. After a game where I think we got probably 80% of them in the previous week, we did not follow that up with the effort that we needed to compete against a very long athletic team in Kansas State, and we have to get back to that. So, if we play with physicality, if we play with toughness, then we'll have a chance to win every time we step on the floor. If not, we'll have more situations like what happened against Kansas State. It's, again, for our group, it's all about the little things, and they've really been bought into that. But, as far as, the initial question, it's been resilient. It's been a very resilient group of guys, and I expect nothing less or different for tomorrow for the way that our guys will prepare heading into this one. And, again, it's a team we're playing tomorrow. When they get hot, they get rolling. They start playing downhill. They play free. They play fast. Going to have to get back in transition, have to take care of the ball, and we're going to have to rebound.
What have you seen from Jamarcus sort of elevating his minutes, and obviously he was maybe a bright spot there?
Yeah, I thought he and Wilhelm both had really good games for us and big confidence boosters, I think, for both those guys. Jamarcus in particular, he's been practicing well and really is on the floor because of his defense. And when you have a guy that can pick up the ball, that allows Emmanuel to use his versatility maybe on one of the other players. And Jamarcus, it was good to see him make shots because that's really what he is. That's one of the things we loved about him, but he's really picked things up defensively. And he gave us a boost, I thought, on both ends the other night, hitting that big three late in the game. Did a great job running down the floor, getting to the corner, which we didn't do that all night long, and hit a shot to cut the lead to 7. And that's pretty big for a freshman in that type of environment. to play with that kind of confidence. So it is, when you see that ball go in the basket, it does wonders for your confidence. So he and Wilhelm hopefully can build off what they did in Kansas City, play well tomorrow, and then hopefully carry that on for the rest of the year.
Are your guys feeling okay? It seemed like last week maybe you're struggling with the bugs. Not using that as an excuse.
Yeah.
Feeling good.
Yeah, I think everybody right now has some form of that. CJ was the one that didn't practice the day before, kept him home from, he wasn't feeling good, but really had similar, I think, to what Griesel had when he missed the Indiana game. But you got a lot of guys right now with congestion and that type of thing. But when it gets to the point of where you have dizziness to go along with that and stomach issues, that's when we really got to be careful. Everybody else is dealing, I think, pretty much with the same thing, not just us. I think that's all across the country. So it is. Not going to use that as an excuse, but hopefully going into tomorrow, as of right now, knock on wood, we're in a pretty good place.
Talked about needing to step up the defense. They've turned the ball over a lot, but they also get to the free throw line a lot. How's the balance between really pushing defensive aggressiveness while also being careful?
Yeah, we've done a solid job all year of defending without fouling. Really one of the top teams in the country doing that. Just, we have to have better hand activity. Our hands were non-existent against the length of Kansas State. They just picked us apart with a lot of that. And, key stretch, they had 1 second in the shot clock. Keontae Johnson threw it to Juwan, and then he took it right back from him, got the layup. Next possession out, Noel hit a 30-footer. And then it was a 4-point game at the time before that stretch. And then they get the lob behind our defense. Incredible play. Now all of a sudden it's 11. So that was a key stretch in the game the other night. But again, it was toughness. It was toughness plays. And, we missed a couple easy ones at the basket, and they capitalized on it. And you can't have stretches like that against really good teams. And that to me was a key stretch in that game. So, just need to eliminate those stretches. And, obviously had a big drought in that game. We need to be better more consistently for 40 minutes, especially when you're playing a team like that. But as far as this team, they do a great job getting the free throw line, but we have to have better hand activity.
Obviously one more tomorrow, but just as a whole, how do you think this group navigated the non-con slate?
Okay, I guess when you look at all the factors that were involved, missing Derek for those first 5 games, certainly had an impact on our team. Missing Sam for Indiana certainly had an impact on our team. But overall, I've been pleased with the effort. I've talked a lot about that with this group. Every time they step on the floor, whether it's a practice, a shoot around, a game, they bring it. And hopefully the last game was an outlier, and we can look back on it and learn from it. But this team, I think because of the intensity they play with, we're going to have a chance pretty much every time we step on the floor. So, as far as what we had in the non-conference, I think we learned a lot from it. But, having the adversity that we had to play through of not having Derek for 5 and not having Sam for 1 certainly affected us. But, we have a chance tomorrow. I think right now we're 6-4 in our non-conference schedule. And, just have to go out and hopefully play well tomorrow and, finish off the non-conference schedule the right way. All right. Thanks, guys.
Jeremy?